Shalom, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bashem, HaBrakat Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders which rule Great Millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom and Abba Babal. Alright, so this is some stuff that I came across in my son's homeschooling that I'm going to show evidence that they're bringing this generation into that new WO. Alright, which you have here, global citizenship, which this is part of his school, and it was a whole thing about global citizenship. Global citizenship in K-12. K-12 education official. Global citizenship in the classroom. A global citizenship is a person who recognizes and respects the cultures of the world, who respects the differences between people from different countries, who is aware of world events in their own country and in other countries, and who is not afraid to speak out about their opinions and take action on these opinions. As a teacher, I am on the front lines of the global challenges. So they're saying teachers are pretty much in a war on these. It says, as a teacher, I am on the front lines, which a front line is a war, of the global challenges that our students will face in the future. Therefore, I believe that it is important all of my students are global citizens. If not, then I am failing. See? So with this global citizenship in the classrooms, alright, what they do is they pretty much use the teacher as the devil's advocate. Alright? In which they say that the teacher is to rouse up controversial questions in the child. Alright? Whether it's an adult or, a young child. It says teaching. This is Oxfam, which is produces the books from Teaching Controversial Issues, a guide for teachers. It says description, document type, education resource description. Young people frequently face making decisions about a wide range of issues on which there are many different views. Issues like sexuality, religion, bullying, and war can provoke strong, varied, and often contradictory responses. Alright? So, when you say you're taught about being a homo and you get grossed out hearing about this to the point where you want to throw up, they said that's because you're a homo. See, that's what they're saying. And that's what they're going to be teaching these kids. That because it's unnatural feeling, that's why you're supposed to do it. There's a pleasure in it. And that's Satan, right? These people, the so-called Caucasians, are the devil. It says Satan, the devil, that serpent, that dragon, which the Lord's going to fucking make extinct one day. All right? But this devil, all right, he has these kids being deceived in his education systems. All right? It says this revised and updated version of Oxfam's popular guide recognizes the seismic shifts in social and political contexts in recent years. It seeks to support educators in developing on the front lines in a war, right? Essential skills. What kind of skills? To survive a war. That allow learners to constructively discuss their own values and ideas and develop as active global citizens. So the teacher's purpose is to be on the front line of this war against who? The parents, because the parents are the ones that are installing the original values, right, in the mindset of the child, right, of any age. But now the schools are at war with the family. The family is the enemy of society. All right, and I witnessed this myself. We had some business up in the mountains, so while we were up there, we tried to eat, and we were hated on. All right, one as a family, which I have. I have multiple children. I have like 6 children. Not like I have exactly 6 children. You know, and I couldn't get fed because they were hating on me because one, I'm an Israelite, and then I have a family. All right, they denied us service in 4 restaurants in a country town, and it's not a small town. This is a actual city where tourism, where people go to ski. Which I don't ski, but I was out there for some business, and I seen this. The Lord showed me this through being rejected. We're being rejected as Israelites because we're coming out. Hey, we are the biblical Hebrew Israelites. Not because I was out there teaching or nothing, but because there's an actual racial tension right now. This is genocide against you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world in slavery. All right? And as we're being gathered to Yahweh Shai, the heathen persecute us. Just like in the time of Moses, all right, when it was revealed that the slaves were Israelites, and Moses said, "Let my people go so that they may serve Yahweh," which he sent Moses in the name of Yahweh Shai, all right? And Pharaoh thinking he was God. That's what the so-called white man thinks right now. He thinks he's God because they deceived the world with their philosophies and with their iconicalisms, all right, of art, that of that Renaissance art, that they think they're actually God, that they're God's chosen people. All right, but in fact, they're the red devil. The so-called white man is the red devil the Bible speaks of. All right, he's the wicked. That's why you got a wicked education system. Why you have a wicked religious system. That's why you have a wicked a court system. That's why you have a wicked tax system. That's why you have a wicked society all the way around. And now you're going to push it into a world system using World War III. All right, they used World War I for the Treaty of Rome. All right, and then you had them with World War II into the League of Nations, which you got the EU, and then now you're going to have them use war to try to push this new world order, which is going to fail because the Lord is going to come and fight with them. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind." All right, so don't lose this faith or be troubled, all right, or be to a point of fear where you lose this faith. "Neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand." All right, so hold to your crown. All right, do not let no man take your crown. Okay, we're in the last days, and this is a battle of war, spiritual war. Let's get that. We are in a war, spiritual war. That's a good one. Ecclesiastes 9 verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. Okay. Well, I know it's in Ephesians 6. Let me go to the Google search. Weapons. Jeremiah 51:20. No, that's not it. But that's talking about the elect being as a weapon of war. Here it is. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 4 through 5. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, right? But mighty through Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, to the pulling down of strongholds, which they're working through witchcraft, through wicked, evil. These people are very evil and wicked, and they do satanic things to summon spirits to get their way. Casting down imaginations like that Jesus Christ, that's an imagination. And every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, which he's going to bring down the so-called white man, and he's going to destroy their heaven, America, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. All right. So this word, all right, this spirit that we have, the Holy Spirit, through us in our faith, all right, professing these words into this reality, actually has a physical effect in this dimension. All right. So once again, 2 Corinthians 10, the 4th verse to the 5th verse. For the weapons of our warfare, we're in a war against who? I'm going to get that in Ephesians 6. It says wickedness in high places are not carnal. All right, so we don't need a physical weapon. A gun, that's Esau's blessing. The so-called white man is the red devil, and that's how he conquered the world, is with the sword. But mighty through Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, to the pulling down of strongholds. So the word of Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai, prophecy, which the testimony of Yahweh Shai is prophecy, the pulling down of strongholds. So we're telling you America is going to be destroyed. Thus saith the word of Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, and that's what's happening. The reality changed to fit what the prophets is saying. It says, casting down imaginations, like these devils, once again, they have an imagination that they're going to fucking keep on ruling forever. Fuck that. You're going down, bitch. You're going to go into slavery for 1,000 years, and then you're going to be made extinct. You, your ugly women and children. It says, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Hey, what are these people teaching the children right here? Huh? What are they teaching? A K-12 school can do a lot to educate its students about global citizenship. The Lord ain't with no global citizenship. What happened when they were building the Tower of Babel? The Lord wasn't with that. All right? The Lord ain't with no global world order only for Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahushai, Basham Ha Rakah Kodash, and with those elect men that the Rakah Kodash is dealing with. It says, below are some ideas. Global citizenship is a reality, not an ideal. I suggest your school put global citizenship at the center of your teaching. So this is your priority for these teachers. Not only is it a vital component of developing more globally minded citizens, which I saw one part that said that they're going to teach them to actually fight for homosexual rights or for the liberty of women. Come on, man. Women are doing better than men now. Shit, I know lots of women that have more money, in a better position at a job, with a nicer car, with a better house than a man. Shit, the women could take the man's children and still get his money. So this is a wicked society. All right? It says, and this is why they persecute the men, especially the righteous men. It says, it's also a practical and important strategy for teaching your students to be self-confident and engaged global citizens. I hope this article, Global Citizenship in the Classroom, How to Integrate Global Citizenship into Your K-12 Classroom, will inspire schools to introduce global citizenship into their core curriculum, which is going to be a worldwide thing. Check out the Indigenous Stories Global Build Challenge for some ways to celebrate the rich and diverse culture, tradition, and history of Native people in your country. Which, what did Esau do to the Native people? He's mocking right now. He's talking shit. He destroyed our people. Just like Biden, when he did the memorial. Biden Memorial. Colorado. Alright. This was mockery. Alright. Biden makes Camp Hale a national monument. When you understand this, this is actually Indian land, Native American Indian land. Alright? It's a reservation. And they use it to for their military trainings and practices. Alright? So this is a mockery. Okay? To the Israelites, to the North American Indians, which they're the tribe of Gad. Alright? And when you go into this, see? To honor, it says Camp Hale is a chance to honor veterans in Colorado ski history. Alright? A World War II training grounds becomes Biden's first national monument, which this was actually Indian ground. Which, what happened to the Indians? We know what happened to them. See, it says Utah's Ute Indian tribe blasts Biden's Colorado National Monument. Why? Because it says right there, designation an unlawful act of genocide. If it's a fight they want, it's a fight they will get, tribe says. See? Woo! That's what is that? Genesis? Let me get that. Genesis 49. See, the prophecies are coming to pass, man. And soon this so-called white man is going to be in slavery. It says in Genesis 49:1, and Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together, which we're gathering ourselves to Yahushai, and hear ye sons of Jacob, which our father Jacob, his name was changed to Israel, which his sons are the Israelites. And hearken unto Israel your father, which Judah is the head tribe, the so-called Negroes, and then you got other tribes, including Gad, the North American Indian. It says in verse 19, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, which are the North American Indians. They were conquered by the troops, the Caucasian troops, but he shall overcome at the last. So this is what's happening. There's going to be a race war, all right, because this is mockery, all right. It says the Ute Indian tribe issued a scathing rebuke of President Joe Biden's designation of Camp Hale Continental Divide National Monument, which is here in Colorado, on Wednesday, calling it an unlawful act of genocide. What is genocide? Genocide, the deliberate killing of a large number of people. What people? The Israelites. The Israelites. The 12 tribes of Israel. Judah, the so-called Negroes. Benjamin, the so-called West Indians. Levi, the so-called Haitians. These make up the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom. Simeon, the so-called Dominicans. Zebulun, the so-called Guatemalans to the Panamanians. Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. Gad, the so-called North Americans. Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians to the Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians. Naphtali, the Argentinian to the Chileans. Asher, the Colombians to the Uruguayans. Issachar are the so-called Mexicans. And what came to my mind was Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. Puerto Rico is supposed to be a property of America. Why is it allowed to be, destroyed like it is because Ephraim is there, the so-called Puerto Rican. All right, that's why they're going to leave it in a destroyed way, because the so-called white man hates these people, because these are the holy children of Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai. And that's why they glorify the genocide of the Israelite, the North American Indian, the so-called American Negro, so on and so forth. All right? It says, from a particular nation, the Israelites, or ethnic group, the Israelites, with the aim of destroying that nation or group, right, which are the Israelites. They want to destroy us, all right? They're at war with us. Why? Because we are the Israelites. We are the sons of Yahweh through his son Yahushai. That's in Psalms 82. I'm sorry, Psalms 83. Psalms 83, it says, verse 2, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thee, thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. See, and that's why it's hidden in the school and stuff. You got to do some research, but this shit is in there because they're trying to destroy us secretly. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. And that's why they want you to commit these homosexual acts. That's why they want you to live with a certain mindset so that you'll destroy yourself. Because as soon as we wake up to who we are through the Holy Spirit, they're going to go into destruction. That the name of Israel may be cut off, may be no more in remembrance. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So they want to cut us off. And it tells you right here, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. So it starts with the so-called white man. He's the ultimate hater of us because we got the birthright. We received the kingdom of heaven. All right? He sold it because he was hungry and he couldn't wait. But it's deeper than that. You got to remember that the Bible tells you of reincarnation. And when the Lord told Cain to be good, he didn't see any reason for that. And he killed his brother, which his brother was doing good. He was obeying, right? When they were sacrificing, the Lord had favor on the sacrifice of Abel, which Abel is pretty much Jacob. All right? Abel is pretty much Jacob. And Cain is Esau, reincarnated. All right? And Adam would have been Yahushai. And Isaac was Yahushai. All right? So this is a repeat. And this devil is doing the same thing. Just like in the beginning, in the Garden of Eden, the serpent that was in the garden, all right, in Genesis 3, that deceived the woman. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Yahweh, our power, had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, had Yahweh said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. So this is why this is called I think I had the other app up. Let me see. No. See? Right here. Which they're going to teach your children controversial values. Okay? Do the teachers. See? It says Global Citizenship Guides Teaching Controversial Issues. The Global Citizenship Guide is a publication full of strategies and activities to help teachers tackle controversial issues in the classroom. It presents a multitude of participatory teaching, so playful teaching and learning methodologies, which they're going to teach them lies, including discussion and debate, role play, which they're going to teach them how to be homos and chomos, ranking exercises, which they're going to pretty much teach you how to, this is how you got to operate in this society, this wicked society, and communities of inquiry. All right? So this is what this world has become. All right? Through that serpent that deceived Eve which today is the so-called white man. All right? And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath Yahweh said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, which is that so-called white man today, Yahweh hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. So, if you make a deal with this devil and you accept his wicked-ass philosophies and his MOTB, which it speaks of in Revelation 13, it says right here, Revelation 13:11, And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, which is America, having 2 horns like a lamb, the Republican, the Democrat, the 2-party system. And he spake as a dragon, which he pretty much draconian law. It says, And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, which is ancient Rome, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, which America is the healing of this first beast, and to worship it by obeying what philosophies it puts forth. And he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, which they dropped the atomic bomb on Japan, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. So when he got the power of the world, all the world came into pretty much submission to the so-called white man through war, World War I, World War II, and now he's going to try to bring you into a World War III so that he could try to get complete control of the world using the MOTB, the implantable RFID micro CHIP. It says, And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, and those miracles come through his technology, which he had power to do in the sight of the beasts, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Which that's what they're doing with this school system. All right, you're gonna all have to be in this new world order, global citizenship. You're all gonna have to participate in being a homo, which makes me think of Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why even America is spiritually Egypt and spiritually Sodom. See, when they came around raping, right? They said that in the time of Lot, there was, angels that came to warn him. And when the men of the city saw that, they came and they wanted to rape the angels because they wanted to make them a part of the same system, the same wicked system. And that's what they want. They want you to role play. They want you to exercise in their communities these abominations, which they're going to make it mandatory that you have this device implanted in your body for buying and selling. All right? And it says, and as you can see, it says, And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which is a system, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So America pushing out a whole new world order, starting with the banking system. That's why they're going to change their currencies to bring you into that MOTB. It says, And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That's what's happening. The system is coming alive. That the image of the beast should both speak, which they're doing with the draconian law, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you're not down with committing homosexual acts, You're not down with abortion. You're not down with taking this device. You're an enemy to the system. So then they're going to try to kill you, or they're going to pretty much cut you off from society and let you starve to death or whatever happens to you. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's what's going to happen. See, they made everybody dependent on the government. So when something happens, a chaotic situation, which their motto, the so-called white man, the red devil's motto, is order out of chaos. This is what he has done throughout the world. He creates coups. He causes chaos, takes out the ruling class, and replaces it with the wicked. All right? And that's what he's going to do now. He's got these American citizens thinking that they're actually free and, America can't be touched. But America was set up to be destroyed. All right? You're being led to slaughter, man. This MOTB is the forerunner of nuclear destruction of America. All right, this MOTB being mandatory worldwide is the forerunner of the nuclear destruction of America at the coming of Yahushua. All right? This is like that raindrop when Noah was preaching that it was going to flood, the Lord was going to flood the earth, and nobody listened, and then that first drop that hit him in the forehead, blop. Oh shit, and the door was shut, and then all of a sudden it just poured and those people drowned. That's what's about to happen now. Once that MOTB, which the whole world, their currencies are collapsing because the bankers are bringing the NWO, which they're going to make everybody take that MOTB, which the pride of America, they know that they have to cause some kind of chaos to bring you into a new world order, and that's why it's even prophesied. All right, because that everything is done according to the word. The word is the script that everybody's, they're acting out. They're acting the will of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai out. Whether they're doing good or evil, the Lord creates all these things. All right, so the Lord's making this so-called white man, all right, to bring forth the MOTB, and whoever takes it will receive destruction. It will condemn you to the lake of fire. If you have faith in the words of the Bible, I don't care what you look like, that means you're an Israelite. All right? If you believe in the Bible, all right, repent. And repent means to feel sorry that you was, believing lies, and return to the truth. Return to your rightful lot of worshiping Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, which is that device that is the size of a grain of rice, the seed to the hip, that they're going to make mandatory for buying and selling. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That man is the so-called white man. And they began ruling. This new world order began since back in the Greek. All right, you had Alexander the Greek, the leopard head, and off of him you had wickedness increase. He had his 4 generals, and then out of them came Antiochus Epiphanes, which he tried to start a new world order. But even Alexander the Greek, he tried to conquer the whole world and put it under his feet. All right, and his number is 636, which goes back to Chi Xi Stigma, which goes back to the Greek alphabet. All right, and what it is it's going to mark you for disgrace. It's going to destroy you. That mark, when I say put it inside your body, that device, you're condemned. Once you have that dot to even do it, man, that's a condemning dot. Because it says the worship of the image of the beast. Meaning you want to continue this place, no matter what it is. If you could, you would. But even those that do take it, they're going to be in the lake of fire, which you're going to have millions of nuclear missiles rain upon America. And, that day is coming. Because as I said before, they already reported that they're destroying the currencies throughout the world. And what will replace it? It's that MOTB. All right? And that's what they're preparing the kids for. They're preparing them through their deception. All right? So it says right here, verse 4, in Genesis 3, and the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for Yahweh doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, you agree, you consume it, then your eyes shall be opened. Oh, we could put knowledge so fast into your brain. You'll be able to open doors, start your car. ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. See? So the devil's deceiving you right now. And the deception is going to get so bad. That's why Yahweh Shai even told us in Matthew 24, says in verse 3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. All right, deception is on a very high level because the so-called white man, all right, he's the left hand and he works with Satan and the angel. All right, the physical manifestation of Satan is the red devil, the so-called white man, which was the Greek, the Roman. All right, now they are the American, the European Union. All right, which you have the French, the British, the Greeks, the Romans. You have the Spanish. You got the Germans. All right, and they're divided. That's why you have the Russians. All right, and the Russians are the bear that is actually going to be the end of this place. They're going to nuke America, and their allies are going to be in that same, together with Russia, NATO, which is the armies of EU, and they're going to shoot those missiles upon America. That's why America's missiles have never been upgraded, because it's the Lord's will. America will be destroyed. If you look up the bunkers of the Cold War, all the United States military bunkers, the ones that they built, to try to continue, were all built outside of America, in Canada, because Russia, all right, is going to nuke America, North America, but he's going to hit the United States of America. And so is the rest of these missiles that were created for the Lord's judgment on this whore, which the Lord's going to put it in their heart to do his will, which these teachers are doing his will as well, deceiving these kids so that they be destroyed, because these are reincarnated souls. All right, the souls are reincarnated and they're here for judgment, but the elect will not be deceived. All right, it says right here, it says in Ephesians 6 verse 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And like I showed you, his education system, that's a wiles of his devil. What is it? I think it's Psalms 64. Psalm 64 verse 1, to the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy, which we have an enemy. King David, all right, he's the king of Israel, which came back as King Mashah, in these last days, all right, to gather the Israelites. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. The wicked are the so-called Caucasians, which are witches. And they have a secret council, which are, the ruling class of that nation. They call themselves the Illuminati. For the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, from the insurrection, which they're coming against the righteous, of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, which they use witchcraft, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows. They're trying to put curses on us, even bitter words. And that's what they do. They'll make human sacrifices. They'll drink the blood of the baby and all this shit. And then they'll talk down on Jake, how Jake is the wickeder one, because they got you committing homosexual acts. And you got to remember, the Israelites are more than the Edomites. So you have Esau having you do all these horrible things to keep you in a weak state, in a polluted state. That's why he's afraid when he sees the elect standing upon their feet, calling upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in holiness, meaning we're not committing that willful sin no more. We're doing everything we can to fight the good fight and stand in righteousness and proclaim the prophecy of Yahushai's return, which in righteousness he's going to wage war against the wicked and them that do wickedly. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. The perfect is the elect. We're trying to be perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, which they're going to go to war with us, but they're going to find themselves at war with Yahushai, and he's not going to meet them as a man. They encourage themselves in an evil matter, right, which they think they're going to win. They commune of laying snares privately. They set up traps to take your life, like abortion clinics in your neighborhoods, liquor stores, all kinds of shit they do to try to fucking corrupt the Israelite on a high level, on a very high level. Just recently, I went to a mountain city, all right, and something hit me. I've been there before, but something hit me, was you have all these Christian churches all over, right? All over the city. But when you go into these real rich neighborhoods, you don't have Christian churches. That whole city, there was probably one little Christian church tucked away, but it wasn't like the cities where you got Jake, where there's Jake, you got AA meetings teaching you Christianity. You get you in trouble, they put you in Christianity programs to rehabilitate you, right? They even show it in the movie with Denzel Washington playing Malcolm X. When he was in prison, they were trying to indoctrinate him in the prison to believe in the white Jesus of Christianity, which is nothing more than a slave religion. There's nothing that they teach that is biblical. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, which they search things out to try to destroy us. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep, which they do much studies. Look at the technologies they've, been given. That's through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So they were given these gifts of knowledge, of wicked, of deceit, knowledge of doing witchcraft and shit, so that they could punish us in slavery. Now, it's the end of them. It says, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded, which you have the prophets proclaiming the coming of Yahushai, and that there's going to be a nuclear destruction. Those arrows are going to be shot at these witches. here in Babylon. The Chaldeans, these so-called Caucasians, all right, are witches, and they are the witches of this modern day Babylon. They're homosexuals, they're chomos, they're all kinds of abominations here. And they're going to be dealt with by fire. That's the judgment for a witch. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, which they are doing by their draconian law. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, for they shall wisely consider of his doing, because America is going to be nothing but a fucking desert, man. After the Lord does this, it says, let me grab that real quick. Isaiah 14. It says, how from beneath, verse 9, how being the earth from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. So when Yahushua comes, this earth is going to shake because of that nuclear destruction that's going to take place. At thy coming, it stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Which the Lord, he says he has many crowns, because he's taken all authority away from these heathen, so that this wicked shit cannot no longer go on. That's why in Isaiah 14, verse 21, eventually Esau is going to be taken out completely. Verse 21, prepare slaughter for his sons, for the iniquity of their fathers. All right, because they still have sins from the past that they have to pay for. That they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So they're not going to be allowed to do shit. All right, there's not going to be another, Mount Seir again, or an America again. There's not going to be another Rome. These Edomites are going to go into 1,000 years of brutal, violent slavery, all right, which they're going to be tormented, and then they're going to be made extinct. It says, for I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh of hosts, which he has, starting with the prophets. We're the heralds, all right, we're telling you of what's coming. And cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew. So starting with America, he's going to destroy the Edomites and their kingdom, which is America. And then the rest that remain are going to go into slavery, saith Yahweh. I will also make it a possession for a bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with a besom of destruction, saith Yahweh of hosts. All right, so the Lord, he's going to destroy America with nuclear missiles that are going to sweep America from off the face of the earth by fire. All right, and that's beautiful. And that's it. All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai B'Shem Ha-Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders which rule great millstone. Well, and Shalom, may you endure into the end, to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, and Abba Babal.